Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel on human design. Today I want to remind you of two essential keywords in the human design system. One is witness and the other is experiment. We are a witness consciousness in our experiment of working with our strategy and authority. So let's just consider these two words and what they actually mean. The fact that we are a witness consciousness means that we're here to participate in our life without getting in its way. And all the conditioning in the open centers and open gates and open channels, these get in our way. Now, I was thinking of how can I show you this? How can I kind of bring these two vital components of the system to your attention? And one of the ways of doing that, I think, is to think about the open G with the open throat. So an open G can easily get lost in its own held reflection of who they want to be. And in that sense, from their own fear of being lost in not having a fixed identity, they can refuse to be led by someone else. They can insist on going their own way, and despite the fact that there is no mechanics in them to take them in any particular direction. So you can see this in a dramatic example, literally would be Jim Carrey. And Jim Carrey has a channel of mutation, but nothing else fixed as a life force. So Jim Carrey, in one of his later films, got so identified with the character he was playing that he couldn't get out of character when the filming was over. It was something that he really resonated with, this story of this character, and tried to live it, got caught in it, got trapped in it. And that's something to think about. It's something to see how we can get in our own way. We can think that we are someone we're not, but we would like to be. Another example, again, I guess open Gs are a good example, because they can tend to want to be those people that they really enjoy. And they play at being them. It's almost like they want to be that person. And so they can be. I mean, this is where we get all of our, not all of our, but we get a lot of great actors and actresses with the open G. But all of it comes from, basically the lostness comes from trying to be something that you're not, trying to hold it together in a facade that falls down over time. Living the not-self life, we all know, is a complete nightmare, but it's very dense. And because of its density, we do need reminders every now and again. So that's an example of getting lost and not being able to live who you are. Now think about it again as a witness. Think about someone who is correct in their movement through life, by understanding that they don't know, by understanding that they have no idea of exactly what they're going to meet. None of us do. There is this ongoing, let's see what happens as we live our life. You know, we don't know who's going to call. We don't know what we're going to meet. We don't know what is going to stimulate us to change our direction, or to move in this way, or to move in that way. What we may hear that we go, oh, that's it. You know, we don't know. As a generator, you don't know what you're going to respond to. As a projector, you don't know what doors are going to open up for you. As a manifestor, you don't know what's going to ignite your energy to just go do it. And as a reflector, you don't know you're home until you're home. So when I think about the experiment and I think about the witness, I want you to think about it in the right perspective. We can think ourselves into a false reality. You ask anyone with a fixed ajna, and they will be certain that they know what's going on. They'll be certain of it. They may even be able to tell you why, but that doesn't mean they're right. It doesn't. They're not open to another conceptual understanding that they've never heard of. They're certain. In the early days of my teaching, I had a student with a 4323 and the 3420. So basically, I was teaching that the 4323 is a fantastic guide channel for the busy ones, people like me, the 3420. And this student said, does that mean that I don't need anyone, that I can guide myself because I have both those channels? And the answer is absolutely not. You know, if your own mind is trying to run your life, again, you're going to get in your own way. You get in your own way by incorrect manifestation based on what you think, based on the conditioning in the open centers in all the ways that we know. So now let's look at it from another way. What is a witness in the life? A witness is someone that witnesses what's happening. They're not the initiator of it. They're the witness of it. So if I take, for example, one of my channels, the channel of struggle, it's something that I have in a black channel. It's something that I'm aware of. And in the past, I used to struggle in this and struggle in that, and it wasn't the right struggle, but I never gave up. I had to learn the hard way. Now, I get to witness myself in my struggling with what's of purpose for me. You know, whether it's literally building something or fixing something or learning something or opening a door to new information that I'm excited about. I don't know what it's going to be, but I do know that there is this consistency in me that will struggle to bring purpose to my life. In the things I do, sometimes they seem to be pretty impossible if I think too hard about them. So I don't think too hard about them. I follow my response and I find myself in something that I'm moving through and growing through it. But that's reliable in me. I've got to watch it for long enough in these 25 years of being in human design. It's something that is truly reliable, that I can trust. You know I'm not someone that gives up easily. I know I'm someone that has this energy to fight when it gets hard. It's part of me. It's something that I recognize through observing, through witnessing my life in so many different circumstances. The witness arises. And when people come to human design, they think, I've got the knowledge. Now I know who I am. Everything's going to be great. Well, it doesn't work that way with a sudden enlightenment information and everything is going to be perfect. There is this deconditioning process that continues and continues and continues. So it's not about suddenly waking up. It's about having those sudden realizations along the way. And this is where the witnessing takes place. Now let's bring in the other word. Let's bring in the experiment. When we run an experiment, we have a theory it's going to work a particular way. We try it out, and if it works, we repeat it. And if we can keep repeating it, we have an answer, at least for the time being. When it comes to the experiment of human design, it's not about finding the answer. It's about seeing yourself in your life, living your life, and noticing that it is you, noticing you are living in a way that works for you, that is natural for you. We are what we are. You know, I wouldn't be living a happy life if I couldn't get my teeth into something. I mean, it's absolutely part of my nature. It has always been. It's about noticing and waking up in that. So it's not about finding the answer. It's about witnessing the truth. And that's the experiment. To witness the truth of who you are, not through intellectual knowing, not through explanation, but through witnessing the truth as it unfolds in the way that you lead your life. And that will, bit by bit, calm down all this false manifestation urge that we have to make this happen and make that happen and push ourselves into the direction we want to go in, whether we're made for it or not. As part of the experiment, you also run up against a lot of brick walls. The beauty of human design is that it gives you the context to notice what is a brick wall and what is actually a worthy struggle. What is true and what is false. What is unreal that you are holding on to, that you can allow to let go, no matter how attractive the unreality may be. If it ain't you, you don't want to live it. If it ain't you, it's not going to hold. It's not going to be consistent. It's not going to work. It's not going to enable you to connect with others in a clean and clear and natural way, because it's a facade and it crumbles sooner or later. The longer you are on this journey, the more of the facades fall away. They just do. It is the witness that we're here to identify with, the witness. And one last thing regarding the experiment. As time goes by, there is this calming down, as I've said. There is this relaxing into who one is without trying to be someone else. But because of that, the eyes get clearer in a way. You get to see things that you couldn't see before, because there's not so many distractions. There's not so many pulls this way and that way that are not correct for you. In my experience, life gets much simpler, but also much richer in the experience of living it. And it's not because I am set in going a particular way no matter what. It's that I know I don't know. I remain open to what the life will bring, to what the life will be that I'm living. I can't do anything else. I know that. I can't do anything else. All I can do is get in my own way. If I have to rush this way or rush that way or try to do something that is against my nature. It's about trusting your strategy and authority, trusting my response in the moment. And that's it. So with the experiment isn't about proving this or proving that in the way that it would be in a scientific experiment. It's about seeing the proof unfold in front of you, seeing the ring, hearing the ring of truth, feeling the rightness in the body when you're being correct, seeing the positive circles that come from that, circles of influence, circles of experience. So I'd like you to just to contemplate those two words, witness and experiment. And there is absolutely no hurry. And there is no point in hurrying either. The journey isn't over until it's over. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please like and share and subscribe. That would be very good. And for those of you that want to know an overview of yourself, there is a link to a free report that you can download from my website. Okay, I will see you again very soon with something completely different. Bye for now.